Hello everybody and welcome back to Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Let's begin on the next area. Okay, I thought maybe it just like started as soon as I walk in the door, so that's why I didn't go in. Occult Research Club made, Broadway. Have you heard of a Super Ultra True Puppets? We ply our trade here. Detective Karemi, you have to help us. We have to help. You have to help us, please. May, calm down. I'm sure she'll help us. Tell me what's going on. What's wrong? Given that this is a business from the Occult Club, I take it we've got another supernatural case on our hands. Yeah, I mean, no, probably. I don't think this has anything to do with the occult this time. Oh, then why all the big fuss? Well, there's apparently these dolls being sold on the internet that look just like me and May. I think those dolls are called Super Hyper Ultra Lookalikes, or something like that. You must be referring to the Super Ultra True Puppets. I've heard rumors about them. All of that. Tell me more. These dolls, their faces, their bodies, everything from top to bottom look just like us. They're so accurate, it's creepy. And to make matters worse, they're being sold really cheap. Think they could go for at least a little more money on the market. That's not really the problem here. You get that right. But it still sucks. It makes me feel like they see me as some kind of cheap piece of junk. I mean, I find it weird too, that your doll costs several thousand yen more than mine, but... Wait, so you do care about the prices after? I said it's not important. Anyway, these dolls that look just like us are being bought by otakus all over the place. And when I think about that, what those guys are probably doing with them, it just really creeps me out. You know, this reminds me of another incident. I wonder if this is connected to that. What kind of incident? There's a really dicey-looking service out there that's called Perfect Girl Project. You can use it to get a living doll made in the image of your ideal girl and live the life you've always dreamed of. But the police have been hearing about how owners of these dolls are going missing. I was just discussing it with Detective Matayoshi. Super Ultra True Puppets, living dolls made in the images of people's dream girls? I guess they sound like they could be related, but are you sure there's really a connection? That's the tough part to prove. To make dolls that look so similar to how you two really are, it'd take having pretty specific data on your bodies. I imagine getting your hands on something like that isn't exactly easy. Actually, I have an idea how they might have managed to pull it off. There's an LDC machine in the arcade in Akihabara that I think might be suspicious. LDC? You mean lustful dream chicks, do you? They're certainly not one for subtlety, if that's the case. No, not that. I mean Living Doll Club. That's what LDC stands for. Right. It's a machine that scans all your body and makes a 3D printed figure of it. Our data could have somehow leaked out of that, I guess. I definitely can't deny that possibility. And our next step is clear. We need to head straight to Akihabara and gather info on this Living Doll Club machine. That'll be your job, Tripmon. As for me, I'll see if I can dig up anything regarding the Perfect Girl Project. Got it. To Akihabara! That's just creepy. No, I'm serious. That is creepy. Huh? You want to talk to me? Why? What is it? Living Doll Club. Ah, the Living Doll Club, is it? For a time there was this huge ad campaign about how it used the latest in 3D tech and whatnot. There was a Living Doll Club in the arcade down the way, wasn't there? Arcade! You there. I can tell from your body language you're frustrated and happy. what I'm talking about. I know this ought to be out of the blue, but I bet you're into beautiful women, aren't you? I'll have you know that I sell top-notch dolls of only the prettiest girls. Maybe you've heard of them. They're called the Super Ultra True Puppets. If you want, I can let you have one for cheap. Go ahead, check this out. One out for yourself. That's Nokia. Grant this one is an ugly one that was made as an experiment, and it hasn't sold well, but you understand how real my dolls look now, right? That's my friend. Well, if you're interested in having one of these for yourself now, I've got something even better, but it's top secret service. Nobody can know. Mwahaha. Did you just evilly laugh? No! Let me ask you, how are you doing health-wise? Best I've ever been. Well, enough. It could be better. Could be worse. Best I've ever been. Great to hear, really. Even if you weren't 100% perfect, you'd probably still be fine. I bet you're bored with how your day-to-day life is going. Wouldn't you love to just throw it all away and spend it with the girl of your dreams? Doesn't that sound fantastic? Because with the Perfect Girl Project, I can offer you exactly that. With the Perfect Girl Project, you can have your ideal girl recreated and sent straight to your room as a living, breathing human being. There's just one condition. You have to abide by it if you use this service. Just one condition, and you can be free from the tedium you're living with up until now. What condition? I bet you're wondering just what the condition actually is. I understand that it's a fair question to ask. Tell you what, I'll let you in on that condition free of charge. One condition is that once your dream girl has been sent to your room, you can never leave it for the rest of your life. Simple, right? Oh, you don't have to worry about survival. The girl takes care of that for you. So what do you think? Not a bad deal, right? A little bit. That's okay. Take all the time you need to think. Once you know you want one, just get in touch, and I'll make it happen. Right now, I think I'll just go check out the LDC machine at the arcade. Frickin' pulled out a puppet of Nokia! Oh, sent me something else. Hey, how's your investigation into the LDC machine going along? Ah, so you're just about to get started on it. You encountered a suspicious man out by the LDC machine? That's good timing, because I'm detecting a faint digital noise signature close to where you were standing. You better take a close look at the arcade machine. I bet you'll find some clues about how these Super Ultra True Puppets are being made. As usual, this case is starting to take some weird turns, so be ready for anything in there. Looks like I can connect jump into the LDC unit. At least that... actually, someone was looking right at me. Really? Batamon? At this point in time in the game? I've been here before. Interesting. Alright, I've been here before. I'll remember that. Kinda. It's a mixture of places I've been before and places I haven't been. Oh! I take people's data, make dolls from it. Lots and lots of dolls. Dolls that steal souls. The peoples become dolls. Dolls are lifelike. The peoples are deathlike. Huh? Who? What are you? Any interference must be punished. Any interference must be punished! I don't really get why you change poses. Okay, you're a little bit harder, but I think I can still beat you on auto. Especially with this. And you're done. Oh, no, that's anti-stun. Why didn't you just attack? He has nothing left. Thank you. There's something on the ground. Mysterious URL. Did you just come out of the LDC machine? You're not with the cops or something, are you? Are you? Something like that. I'm a cyber sleuth. Oh. Didn't realize that was who I was hitting up. Must be on top of things like I used to be. Well, I've made a good amount of money as it is. Maybe it's time to call it good enough for now. Don't bother trying to come after me. There's one thing I'm good at, still good at, it's running away. See ya! Someone finally noticed! So the perpetrators behind this case are probably the sad salesman you met and a Digimon working together. It's unfortunate he got away, but he will live. He will live. We'll live. As we suspected, those two probably used the DLDC unit to gather up girls' data, and then used it to make super ultra true puppets. Then does that mean you guys checked out the LDC unit in Akiba? That probably means you guys have a good idea who's behind our dolls then, right? Don't get too excited, we didn't arrest the guy. We've got him cornered. I doubt he'll try pulling something like this yet again anytime soon. But the question still remains as to what's become of the Perfect Girl project now. At the very least, we know each doll's looks are derived from a real person. The doll's realism is then used to help sway potential candidates to join the project. But what is the Perfect Girl project even really about in the first place? I think Detective Karemi mentioned that the people who are part of it have been disappearing, right? Indeed, Tripmon actually picked up something rather useful information about what's required of anybody who does join the project. Oh, what is it? Anybody who has their dream girl sent to their room can never leave it. Ever. I'm sure I don't need to explain why that's probably a bad deal. Or, what's this? My, it's a URL. Left at the scene of the crime. This might come in handy. Tripmon, I want you to go to that URL and check it out. But don't worry about going too deep inside. We don't know what you'll find in there. It's very possible we could be dealing with something extremely dark and sinister. Arkin, Sinister? We're talking as grim as the stuff you look at for fun in your club, maybe even more so. Whatever's on the other side, it's not going to be pretty by any means. Oh boy. They were distracted talking to each other and then... Hello? Huh? Who are you? A cyber sleuth? Oh man, this place sure is getting crowded now. Is this my room? Yeah, of course it is. What? This is about being inside Eden. Stop joking around. This is clearly the real world. How could I be in cyberspace? Who are all these girls around me? They're my dream girls. My dream girls as pure, pristine dolls. Yep, this has all been made possible thanks to the Perfect Girl Project. You really know your stuff. As promised, in exchange for these dolls, I've stayed locked up inside my room. Life with these girls is the best. I couldn't be happier. They take care of everything I need. Really, I don't see any reason to ever leave this place anyway. It's perfect here. But this really is inside Eden. Get it out already! With that, man, are you sure you're not the one who's actually dreaming right now? Huh, alright then. So that URL led you to one of the victims of the Perfect Girl Project. Victim? What do you mean? Remember, to join the project you have to stay holed up inside your room for the rest of your life. But in reality, he was lured into Eden and now he's living with those girls there while he's actually unconscious. But then that means... Right, the so-called life he's leading with those girls in cyberspace is just one big lie. The whole thing's just a sad scam. Anybody who falls prey for it, it is unwittingly imprisoning themselves for life inside cyberspace, thinking they've never left the real world at all. That makes sense. Also makes sense if you think about the name of the company behind it, Joragumo. Joragumo is a mythical spider who appears as a beautiful woman to attract men to her waterfall. They'd plunge in for her and die at her hands. Oh, I knew if there was anyone here who'd know about this, it'd be you, Mai. You really know your occult history. Okay, so I guess get all that, but why go to the trouble of locking victims up in their room and then imprisoning them in cyberspace? If somebody's stuck inside Eden, they're thinking they're still in the real world and don't log out, then all that's left inside the locked room are living bodies, which could be used for any number of things. Like what? According to the police investigations, the victims' bodies are carried off by a third party and taken overseas to foreign countries. But why would anyone do that? A lot of applicants are young and healthy. They are who knows how many people around the globe who'd want such a fresh bodies. That's so horrible. We don't know for sure if it's anything along those lines. It's just a theory right now. Just thinking about it gives me real goosebumps. Anyway, about that guy your assistant met a little while ago. What do you think has happened to him? It's hard to know for certain. On the one hand, his body might already be lost forever. But on the other hand, we might still have a shot at saving him. Might as well see if we can still call out to him. But we should be prepared for the worst. What's this? Please, you need to log out. Is this another one of those kids' pranks? How many times do I have to tell you, buddy? I'm in the real world. I couldn't log out even if I wanted to. You must be pretty clueless if you think this could possibly be inside Eden. Well, it couldn't hurt to try. I mean, there's no way it'd work. That's not how it works in the real world. I mean, come on. Huh? What am I seeing here? I don't get it. Error, nowhere to log out. The line between dreams and reality can be murky. It's why I can't dismiss the possibility outright. Who are we to say we don't live in a dream? Sorry to keep you waiting. Took some time to do a little prep work. That's fine. I am really looking forward to seeing your Kashihiro infiltration plan. Excuse me, but what did you need from me? Ah, Yuko Kamishiro. Sorry to have called you here out of the blue. So, we have the Cyber Sleuth's connection jump, my hacking skills, and your connections. My plan involves using all three of these in concert for the first time. Connection jump? Oh, you don't know about that. Explain it to her, Tripmon. I can go into computers. Half cyber body? Is that even possible? I see. I think I understand now. That's why you've been able to move about so mysteriously at times. So then you have Eden Syndrome as well. No, it's nothing. I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue. I'll explain the main thrust of the strategy now. Our targets today is secret database of Kamishiro Avalon server. Beyond that is a top secret area known as the Secret Room. Secret Room? Yeah, Kamashiro's most confidential area. In other words, the location of the folder for every Kamishiro CEO, including Kashibi. Once that folder is open, you can all dive into Kamishiro Confidential Database. Man, this detective agency is turning out to be scarier than any hacker team I know. I'll take that as a compliment. Yet that operation still ended with nothing to show for it. Now I get it. You've got your eyes on the even deeper level. That's the plan. The connect jump, we can get in as far as the confidential database. First, we use our Kamishiro connections to get us invitations to the preview event of Kamishiro HQ. Ri Kashiba, the CEO of Kamishiro, mentioned it, right? It's a preview of being updates for Eden. We'll have Tripmon infiltrate the confidential database from a terminal there. Once in, send an invitation URL to the database to me, and then I'll be able to get in as well. And you'll access the secret room, correct? Yeah, once we have the data kept there, we should be able to solve this whole thing, including figuring out CDO's true motives. For that, we're going to need to tap your connections once again, Yuko. Passcode that gets us into the secret room changes every day, right? The only one who knows the passcode is Kashibi. We need to get close to her. You're the only one of us who can. You want me to steal the passcode from her? Well, that's the plan. Once we are in the secret area, I'll override the security so we can communicate with Kyoko. You can tell us the passcode via Kyoko. Now what is it? Don't tell me you're suddenly come down with a case of cold feet. No, that won't be an issue. But I do have one request. My father, Satori Kamishiro, his notes and research data should be in that secret room. Could you also get those for me? I'm sure the truth about my father's suicide and info related to the Eden Syndrome is in there. I see. We were certainly unable to find anything conclusive last time. If it's anywhere, it'll probably be in the secret room. Okay, I'm done with that. It won't take the mission make the mission any harder anyway. Well, we don't know if the data is even there to begin with, but you're right. There's one other possible data storage site. The Valhalla server, which is the core of Eden's quantum processing and control. That server's got to have all of Eden's history recorded on it, dating back to the very beginning. Whoa, hang on a sec. Valhalla server? Oh sure, go right ahead and name drop that like it's nothing. Why don't you? Even the most legendary of hackers couldn't hope to get close to that thing. It's got the toughest security in the world, all in one place. Oh, admitting defeat already. That's not like you. Why did you have a bad experience there? Who asked you? Doesn't matter. That server is a no-go. It's not something we can just hack into. But if a Digimon program was used for the hacking, there might be a way. What did you say? Nothing. It's a gamble just infiltrating the secret room. Asking us to hit the Valhalla server is another matter entirely. I want nothing to do with it. If you bail on us now, we lose everything. Anyway, our target day is the secret room. That's all there is to it. Then, he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. That's fine with me. Okay, let's get this mission started. Reach chapter 9. Thanks for being around. Anyway, guys, I think I'll catch you in the next episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to join the series. Doodles!